G'day everyone. Today we're going to be doing a software tutorial video on Turner Laser System software, and this is a great place to start for new beginners to our software. We're going to go through the interface, the main buttons and features, and how to get started with the software. So the first thing that you have when you load up into Turner Laser Systems is you'll come to this main interface screen here. You'll notice that there's multiple tabs, a control bar on the top, a screen that shows you your workspace, and then a recipe section on the left hand side. So let's go through the main buttons. Starting on the top left hand side, you have your process panel here. The connect to hardware is usually where you'll start off with. This will allow you to connect to all of your pieces of equipment as long as they're all powered up and turned on. And then from here you'll be able to compile recipes, to preview them, run recipes, cancel recipes if they're running, and load up the joystick. The joystick is a really nice, useful tool to move around your stages. You can see here on the screen it's moving around. You can also use your keyboard as well, the up, down, left, right keys on here to move things around. You can move your Z stage as well. If you have a Z stage in your system, you can also send things to pre-programmed locations. By clicking on these P1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. You can fire the laser if you've programmed that in, and you can also home the stages as well. And here, if you've got some buttons that you've enabled, such as turning on and off some IOs and equipment, you can access this as well from your joystick. So let's move on now to the geometry, recipe flow, and devices. Now these three sections here what you use to create your recipes. So for example, if you would like to create some geometrical features such as some rectangles, maybe you have a circle, you're cutting some objects, and then maybe you want to go and do some barcode marking, you can add some text in there as well. And you'll notice that every time you add a new object from here, it appears in your recipe sequentially. You can change the order of these by clicking the up and down buttons in the recipe tab here, restructuring them. In the recipe flow section here, this is where we can have some more advanced features such as adding variables. See our tutorial video on how to create a recipe that goes through how to structure these recipes and some of the features of these. And then on the devices section, here's where you can switch your IOs, you can set serial communication, manually do stage motion. You can also control other features such as laser settings and camera settings from here. Alright, let's move on to the Positions tab. In Positions, you'll see where your stages are currently at. It also allows you to come in here and command a position such as entering 50, press the Enter, and you'll see that your stage moves to that position. So you're getting real-time encoder feedback in here. At the same time, you're allows you to command the position of stages. This would be really nice if you don't want to do this through the joystick. You can also home individual stages. We also have in this setup a Galva scanner configured, so you have the X and Y axis of your Galva scanners. So you can also set the position of the Galva scanner as well and move that around. You can see this dot here moving as I set that position. And then if you go to the View tab, this is where you can change the view. So to fit screen to the objects that you have in the window, you can click Fit Screen. To go back and see the entire workspace, this is the space of your tool, you can click Reset. If you want to do a measurement and work out how far you have from one point in your design to another point, you can go and measure it, and if you look down on the bottom here, it'll show you what that looks like. It'll show you the measurement, the length, the angle, and then the X, Y, and Z positions. You can also see jumps, which can be a really useful feature if you're trying to work out your lead-ins, your lead-outs, and trying to balance your acceleration and cornering. And there's some other basic features, zoom in, zoom out, and changing the views on here. And then finally, if you've configured any I/O tools, they will appear here if you've chosen to put them in the Home tab. There's also other tabs, and depending what plugins and features you have installed in your software, these will vary. In the Control tab here is where you'll have calibration settings and able to change some of the IOs One of the useful features that a lot of versions of our software have is the galvo calibration, and please see the tutorial on galvo calibration for that more information there. Then you have the edit tab where you can go and edit certain geometrical features, particularly of your CAD files. There's edit 3D as well as help, and I highly recommend reading the help section for any more information that you have on this software.